So the shit with the Marine, you know what I'm saying? Out there in New York, former Marine, I guess he's younger than me, I don't know. This is the thing, man, like you see a lot of these dudes that get in the service at like the right time. Or they go into the right branch, like, cause people know who like have people around them in the military. Okay, like Marines is first to go anywhere. Army second. The Air Force might go in right before the Army. The Air Force is never going to just be like in there like the Army and the Marines is. You know what I'm saying? The Navy might have certain detachments that go in and do this and that. But if you're on a ship, for the most part, if you're just one of the general crew who like sweeps the deck of the aircraft carriers where shit take off from, or do a ATC on the aircraft carrier, whatever the case is, if it's not if it's a non-combat role. You know what I'm saying? So like, there's certain people who they get lucky by either making the right choice at the right time when they go in, or by like going in at the right time. It's a lot more common from what I heard people go in at like just the right time. So like, I know someone who, for example, worked at the school I graduated from my senior year, right? When I came back to Connecticut, and the dude was cool as fuck, but like, I forget if he went in the service. No, it was his brother. His brother went in the service, and everything was sweet. It was 2000. The year was 2000. He had just enlisted, went through basic, all that shit, right? 2000 ends, okay? Now he's officially like in the service. He started, I think it's he started his 4-year, whatever it is, year sign on. I think it's 4 years in the Army. He started his 4-year right at basically right a year before like 9/11 happened. So like he thought he did that basically, because I guess the kid's older brother, you know what I'm saying, there's like multiple of them. I think he had like 2 or 3 brothers. So like his older brother, I don't know if his oldest brother, but like his older brother had gone to service like right after the Gulf War, and it was like, yeah, you'll be straight, da 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 da. And so this dude tried doing the same thing. He's like, you gotta just go in at the right time. And like his younger brother, who's my teacher's other older brother, his younger older brother, goes in the service, think he's doing that, and right after that 9/11 happened, and he wound up being deployed. Yeah, shit was wild, bro. So what this dude I think was one of them dudes, just going at the right time. Like, if there's a war that's particularly fucked up that goes on, like notable, like one thing I've seen a lot of people do is they'll be in the service during Vietnam, but they'll say they're a Vietnam vet. They were never deployed to Vietnam, though. They were never deployed to Southeast Asian Conference. You see what I'm saying? They were, so they're not really a Vietnam vet, but just because they were in the service from 67 to 72, or 71, whatever the fuck, 68 to 72, whatever you want to call it, they'll say, oh, I'm a Vietnam vet. Dick Blumenthal came under fire for that, actually. So, my point is this. What he did, yeah, he should go through the court system. I'm not gonna say he should go to jail, because someone without priors, for example, if they hit somebody with their car and kill them, it's the same type of shit. It's a negligent homicide, or I mean a negligent manslaughter. There's a chance, like for example, my mom, Jenny, there's a chance, because she's so old and she, you know what I'm saying, she don't pay attention to shit, so it's like a possible thing too, but because she's old and she's never, this woman for 70-something years has never been in trouble once in her fucking life, there is a chance, I wouldn't say it's a high chance, but there's a chance that if that happened for something that they give a regular ass motherfucker, like, it's such a not high, like, chance that, like, even with this possibility, I'm still, like, if I'm in the car and she hits somebody and I know they probably dead, I'm pushing her out the car from the passenger seat, sliding over to the fucking driver's seat, like I got in through the passenger side in Grand Theft Auto or something to jack the motherfucker, doing exactly what the like, you see what I'm saying? In a nicer motion, but I'll be like, sorry, Mom, I gotta leave you here, because I know I could do 5 to 10. I don't know what they're going to give you, but I know you can't do it. You feel what I'm saying? Like, purposely, like, race them motherfuckers and do a whole bunch of shit to piss them off and, like, lead them away from her shit. But there's a chance that if I didn't do that, or if I wasn't there when she did that, if she did that, they just give her fucking probation. You see what I'm saying? Like, they give her something, because in the state of Connecticut, let me tell you, somebody dies, they want you to do 5. You see what I'm saying? Like, because that's everything I don't think I've ever seen someone in Connecticut get probation for a manslaughter. I've seen it happen in other states, but only with people who not only was high profile, but was high profile people, kids, because the person who was high profile worked in the courts and is now, what's the word? Alex Murdaugh. He's now basically been convicted of murders that I'm questioning if he really committed or not. And at the same time questioning what was really going on there if he did commit them. Because there's a lot of shit. It seemed like his kid, like... It seemed like with the gay kid he killed, like, he might have caught his kid doing some gay shit or something. The older one with that kid and done some shit. Another theory I have is, like, you know that book where the motherfucker, I think it's just a book, I don't know if they made a movie, but there's, like, a lot of movies and shit that parody and, like, base this shit off this, because it's a very well-known story, where motherfucker, I guess they shipwreck or something, or they're invited to this island, for a big hunt or something, and the motherfucker hunts them. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, so, I wonder if something like that was going on there, too. That's the other thing, but that's a whole nother video for a whole nother time. But like I said, with this whatever his name is, Penny, the ex-Marine, the fact that he's raised $1.something million for his fucking defense, bro, he's not gonna get $1 million lawyer. Like, his defense in total, if he really drags it out, is gonna cost in total probably no more than $150,000 to $250,000. Because you get charged with a retainer. The highest retainers is like really like $100,000, $200,000. Like as far as like that goes, like, you know what I'm saying? There's only like certain attorneys that charge crazy money, and usually it's like it's depending on the case. If you have a certain case, like every time I hear of a lawyer who like charges like hundreds of thousands just for retainer, and then on top of that, that's when it becomes $1 million lawyers, when you got all that retainer and you're gonna have to go to court a lot, and if you take it to trial, it's a whole nother thing. So when you do all this extra shit, then it becomes $1 million lawyer. If he takes this to trial, I do believe he might get smoked. And I'm gonna say why. Because once the dude goes unconscious, there is, like, you should have released the hold, and likely, if anything, put him in a chicken wing. Like, I've done a lot of martial arts. I know how to choke somebody and then let it go, so that if them motherfuckers decide to act up again, I could re-put them to sleep real quick. So it's like there's so much shit he could have done. Like, just knowing the shit I know about fighting from his position with the dude already unconscious, there is so much shit you could have done to just not kill him. That's why he might get smoked. The reason the other people I don't think is getting brought in as accessory, despite one dude holding his hands, which Sly said he felt made it so he couldn't fight back. If the dude was conscious, that would be a argument that the defense might make to try to make the case bigger. You know what I'm saying? Or shift some blame. Like, you see what I'm saying? But because he's already unconscious, him doing that doesn't really, like, dude's already unconscious. He can't defend himself. You see what I'm saying? So I think what they'll do is they'll probably have someone like a self-defense expert or something come in as a I don't know, it's not a character witness. What the fuck is it called? Is it called a specialty witness? I don't know the name of the specific, but there's a specific type of witness for it that they call. Like, a lot of times they'll call people from medical examiner. Like, it's a specific name for it. It's like a professional. I forget what the name is, but they'll call somebody in who can basically say what I'm seeing here. I'm pretty sure if he takes it to trial and be like, listen, there's so many parts, like they're gonna have some doing this. So what is your background when it comes to chokeholds and martial arts? And it's gonna be some dude who's got like 30 black belts. He's like a 3rd dan in judo. He's got like fucking a 4th degree in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, meaning he probably spent like 30, 40 years of his life in dojos every day of the week. Like, and dude like now trains cops like just on hand-to-hand shit because he's that nice. But like he's not a cop. They'll call someone like that. And they'll be like, so what is your job exactly? He's like, well, I'm a martial arts instructor, but I've been training the police and the NYPD as well as about 20, 30 other New York and other tri-state area departments for about the past 35 years. Okay, thank you. What's your qualifications? He's gonna start naming all the belts. Well, I have this in judo. I have this in the band. It's gonna be crazy belts too, and he's gonna be like. So in dealing with judo and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and shit like that, you know, there's a lot about chokes and holds and such, right? Yeah. He's gonna be like, yeah, I know about all that, whatever. So like, I just see it already playing out because I watched the video and I be seeing how there's so much shit. If it was me and I needed to choke the dude out. I'm not, because I've been like that by police. Now, listen, I'm not saying don't be a good Samaritan and don't step in, because I would. But I also would know not to go too far. You see what I'm saying? And if it was me, he wouldn't have died. I put that shit on everything. He wouldn't have fucking died if it was me instead of this weirdo. What I think this was one of them motherfuckers. It's always with the reason I brought that shit up in the beginning. I always notice with the motherfuckers who be like trying to act like, yeah, I served in Iraq when they really just served during Iraq, and it was the tail end when everyone was packing up and they didn't even get deployed. You know what I'm saying? My pops is actually who really broke that down to me. Is like, that's really fucked up when people do that. He's like, it's not as bad as like stolen valor, but it's like bad. Like it's something that like really, unless you was in the military or had people in your family in the military, you wouldn't even understand why that's like, why the difference is there till you really think about it and be like, well, that is the difference because you not being deployed to all that other shit and just staying back here during this war where a lot of other people are dying. You don't even have the risk of that. It's two completely different things. You know what I'm saying? It's two completely different things. Being like, yeah, I served in the Gulf War. I served in SHIELD Force. And really, you was just in the military during that period of time. You see what I'm saying? So, he seemed like one. And they always have this attitude where they're like super badass. Despite they've never been to combat. So, it's like, I've seen it personally. That's why I say that. You know, because my dad had friends that's been to combat. And I know people who's like the types who do that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know people who've been to combat too, but I'm saying my dad don't really, he don't chill with none of them people. He don't chill with nobody that's like that. You see, all his friends that's been in the services been deployed. Usually, a lot of them is, like he got one friend who been shot in the face in Dallas. Someone tried to rob him, and he put a 22 Ruger Hustle right to his chin. He was like, yo, run the fucking watch. Because he had just, like, my dad friend, yo, he a fucking, yo, he cool as shit. He lit. He like a little kid, but he like 40. Like, where you see, like, searching, he like, yo, I gotta buy a watch. Where, like, my dad's just like, no, stack money, stack money, stack money. I don't need to buy nothing. This motherfucker like to flash out and shit. Motherfucker buy guns that cost, like, as much as cars and shit. All type of crazy shit. Dude's a former Navy SEAL. And basically, like, he put the burn to the chin. He's like, nah, man, if you gonna rob me, you gotta have to shoot me, dude. Pull the trigger. And you don't even, like, he said, even on the CCTV, the dude, you see, my dad friend that got shot, eat that shit. He backs against the wall, picks himself up. When he starts picking himself up, the dude doesn't even fucking care about the watch no more and runs. Like, he didn't, like, keep in mind, he didn't undo it or nothing. He just said, no, you gonna have to shoot me. And he, like, fell halfway down the wall and just, like, dude got so shook by the fact this dude ate that shit right to the chin and didn't fall all the way down even, that he just said, fuck this, I'm out. This white boy fucking, he knows some shit. Like, so, yeah, like, but anyways, like, that's how most of my dad's friends is. A lot of them is, like, really actions type shit. Like, Action Jackson type motherfuckers. So, Yeah, so it's like, that's my whole take on the situation, is that the dude who choked this kid out, listen, there's so many points in that shit where I see, okay, if you just stopped and switched to this hold, or just loosened that grip a little bit and restrained one of his arms like a chicken wing, there's so much shit you could do. You could put him in double underhooks. That way when he wakes up, he can't do nothing except try to headbutt you, and you could even have one dude like hold his head, like by his hair. You feel what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know how his haircut was, because I wasn't really able to see it that well. But if he had, like, braids or something, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm out this bitch, man. It's just, it's fucked up. And I really don't like how, like, if this shit, like, they try to make this shit, like, I also feel like it's partially a psyop. So, I'm out this bitch, man.